Hey, Eastern Oregon, thank you for joining us on this June 30th version of AM Live on EOA, your connection to Eastern Oregon. What a good day.
Yeah.
How are you, man?
First Friday. This is 3 live shows in 3 days for me.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I'm getting used to sitting in this chair.
It's a little bit different. And every day we're able to make a little bit more improvements to our set. This everything being so dark drives me crazy. So we're trying to change it up.
It was blue yesterday. It's green today.
It's blue, yeah. So
I mean, it checks out. It works.
Yeah,
it works.
It's getting there, but it's just a little bit of a process for us. So
today's the last day of the month too.
I know.
It's over.
I can't. It seems like it was just the first of the year. I mean, I just am not able to get my head around how quickly this year has gone. And the older and older you get, the more you make those kind of comments. And so that's the other thing I realize is that when I talk about those things, it's just,
yeah. I'm going to stop talking about that.
Yeah. That and the weather.
Yeah. I'm the sports guy and the weather guy today.
That's right.
Well, but I cannot do it anywhere near as good.
Let's do sports first.
All right, so for sports, first off, this weekend, I was wrong. Legion doesn't play here this weekend. They're playing in Spokane. I was thinking for some reason that the Legion team was playing here. I've yet to get an email from the coach with the schedule, so it's kind of hard to tell. I mean, I've texted him a few times. He's not exactly like the greatest at getting back to you, you know. So we'll see. I know. I got a contact on the team outside of the coach, but they don't even have a schedule. So it's like, I don't know. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, Buffalo Peak this weekend. Well, Monday. They're having the scramble. And it's a weird scramble. It's not a shotgun start. So you can sign up your team and you can start anytime as long as you start in time to be done around 5 or 6, I think, so they can start setting up. Cool thing is, if you win that scramble, I think you get 4 seats on the deck out back for the fireworks.
That's cool.
It's a pretty good spot to see.
So what's a shotgun start?
A shotgun start would be everybody starting at once on different holes.
Different holes. Okay.
Yeah, so they're just you just need to play your 18 holes with your team. It doesn't matter when you play it throughout the day. Last year at Thunder at the Peak, Benny and I found this world's so small and connections are so weird that I just happened to know one of the guys that was setting the fireworks off last year.
Yeah.
And I completely forgot about this. Benny and I, we took the golf cart down there and we were just hanging out with the guys. And they kind of showed us how they do everything. And so that was kind of fun. And then I forgot completely about this too. Benny and I were up on 10, which is the highest hole. It's up on the side right under Buffalo Peak, basically. And there was this ground squirrel that had gotten hit by a golf ball, and it was kind of mangled, and it kept peeking its head over the edge at us. And Penny and I are just sitting there with the camera, and I'm like, we got a friend here. That was fun. So Buffalo Peak on Monday. Dana says fireworks are going to start around 9:45, 10, which, when it gets dark. Downtown Union, they're going to have vendors. They're going to shut all that down. They're going to do some bank robbery reenactment. I guess the bank, which is the museum, was robbed. So, I don't know how that really ties into 4th of July, but whatever. I mean, it's going to draw people down there. And then, it's going to be a super fun event. And, wow, I mean, if it grows from last year, we're talking, I think Dana said there was close to 6,000 people there last year, which I don't see how even 6,000 people even fit in Union.
Well, good for them. I mean, I think they're just trying to take advantage of, I mean, those kind of downtown fairs are awesome for a community like that. So
Buffalo Peak, man, Dana's doing a good job at just driving business out there. I think he said that they're capping off season passes at 160 now. And 10 years, even 5 years ago, you would have never heard that coming from Buffalo Peak.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to, he has too much. Annual passes don't make any money, right?
Yeah, right.
Because if you have an annual pass, you're probably paying about 50 cents a round because you're golfing
right. Yeah,
every day.
on
You
how
know
much
what I
you
mean?
use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're capping that so they can get more. Oh, speaking of Dana, I didn't even know Dana was in here. Hey, Dana, what's up? They're capping it so they can take advantage of the people that are coming in and out of town. I was talking with Johnny, and there's this professional golfer in Boise Troy Merritt.
Mm-hmm.
He's on the PGA Tour. A pretty good golfer, and we're trying to coerce him into coming to Buffalo Peak and playing and trying to set the course record. That'd be cool. Yeah, he's a good dude. We used to have him on the ball game show all the time, and he's entertaining. He's got the course record at like 3 or 4 courses in Boise. He's a legit golfer, and we could make an event out of it. It would be pretty fun.
Well, and it's very cool because, I mean, I was on a committee not too long ago for the Union County talking about tourism and such, and it's just very quickly that along with Mira, Buffalo Peak is becoming one of those attractions from the outside, and that's just very cool.
Yeah, you can thank Dana and his team for that, and just the countless hours of work that they've done to make that place just phenomenal. Nick, what's up? Your son is headed to EOU to play football. What high school? Where from? That's awesome. It's good to hear.
Yeah.
EOU football should be decent this year. I mean, they got a lot to do with the defensive. I mean, the defense is going to be great. The offensive line is where they're going to have to do some work. And Camp is the offensive line coach, and he said last year, like after last season, like we got to do better on the offensive line. And I agree 100%. So let's roll into.
Let's talk weather for a minute. Yeah.
Oh man,
it's pretty out there. It was really cool and beautiful this morning. So
I wouldn't know I had the air conditioner on all night.
Yeah. The doors and
I forget. Like,
in fact, I propped all the doors open. Benny, you should probably close some of the doors so in case somebody comes in.
I live right downtown, so I like opening the windows on the weekends.
Do you?
Yeah, when all the treasures are out and about.
Treasures.
Yeah. So I can just sit up there and listen, see what's going on.
Did you have Gabe's weather blurb for us?
I do.
Okay.
This is in the words of the weatherman. I can't do it any justice though. Thursday, partly to mostly sunny skies, but not partly to mostly cloudy skies. With highs in the lower 80s, slight chance for an isolated shower or thunderstorm in the central Blue Mountains, otherwise remaining dry. Northwest winds 1 to 10 miles per hour, gusting up to 20 miles per hour in spots.
Good deal.
In honor of Gabe.
Yeah.
I think he's getting home today.
Yeah, he'll be back in rotation soon. So we're excited about that. So, well, hey, we have Patrick Flynn from Grand Ronde Hospital Foundation is with us this morning.
So weird when you call him that. Like
I know, because you knew him as Pat, right?
Yeah, but now he's all for. So you can call me Kylito.
What did it call you? What?
I don't.
Just add Lito, Kylito.
Yeah,
I like that.
No.
You can. Kylito. We can get you like a big hat with a feather and a robe. One of those.
That'll be my sophisticated
Kylito
adult name.
Kylito Doddsy.
Yep.
So anyhow, Patrick is going to join us right after this.
Oh, hi there. I'm Patrick Flynn with the Grand Ronde Hospital Foundation, and I am planning the next big fundraising event for the foundation projects. Now, normally we would get all dressed up and have a nice formal evening with a great meal and entertainment and hear about the latest projects that the foundation has in store. But we're not doing that this year. We're doing something different. We're going to the fairgrounds! So join us on Saturday, July 9th at 6 p.m. from the ground up at the Union County Fairgrounds for our next fundraising event. We've got mobile food trucks, and cornhole, and ladder ball, axe throwing, and dueling DJ. And if that's not enough for you, we've got a golden ticket raffle.
Golden ticket? I'm not convinced.
You want more? Well, we've got an exclusive first look at the biggest project in Foundation history.
What is the biggest project? Just tell me.
Well, just buy your tickets and come on out on July 9th at 6 p.m. Tickets are on sale now.
The biggest project in Foundation history.
That was my natural voice.
I
Didn't you
know
know
it
that?
was.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, hey, how you doing, man?
I'm great. How about you?
Good. We're in the same room. This is like,
No, it's weird. Let's just disconnect and I got to go somewhere else and
Yeah.
I'll phone it in.
yeah. Do you have meetings at the hospital all in this? I know you do.
We
yes.
do, yeah.
Yeah.
But we still have, because OHA and regulations say
Yeah.
we still have to wear masks.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is nice to be able to, be in the same room with more than like 4 people,
yeah.
and be able to get stuff done. I tell you what, though, for folks who've been able to embrace telepresence, though, I mean, that's super helpful. I mean, that definitely takes that whole thing of like, oh, I got to like pack up and do this thing to go meet for 20 minutes
Right.
for this thing that we could easily do,
Yeah.
over Zoom or Teams or whatever. So, I mean, there's that's good,
Yeah.
but it is nice to be face to face.
You
Yeah,
guys
so-
use Teams?
Yeah.
Ooh.
So Tanya, my wife,
Mhm.
I mean, her full-time job is working at the hospital, and she would have to coordinate a lot of meetings between physicians and so on and so
Mhm.
forth. And yeah, there was that constant thing, even during COVID, only so many people could be in the room,
Mhm.
and then the other people would have to phone
telepresence
in.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
that's fun.
what a mess all
Yeah.
of that is and was.
And then always, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you? No.
Yeah. I think the one of the most used phrases is "you're muted."
Yeah, you're
your
muted.
microphone is muted. Yeah.
Yeah. That'll probably be on like what is it, Webster's phrase of the year or whatever. Yeah, you're muted.
I'm surprised we didn't come up with some kind of a short phrase for
hand gesture. like
yeah,
that.
yeah, something. Yeah.
I was telling Scarfo the other day, like, I think that there should have been a rule, like, you cannot turn your camera off. Because that pisses me off when I'm in a Zoom meeting and somebody has their camera off, because they're playing like Plingo or something on their phone or doing something. You know what I mean? They ain't paying attention.
They're not participating.
There's a reason why they
Yeah.
don't have their camera
Maybe
off.
they were taking the opportunity to eat,
Okay.
and they don't feel comfortable people looking at them eating.
Well, here's the thing. If you wouldn't do it in a real meeting,
True.
then you shouldn't be. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not going to show up with a greasy pizza and eat it in front of everybody,
Kyle,
then don't turn your camera
It
off.
depends
Yeah.
on the meeting. It's like, do I really need to be here?
Well, I
Well,
would rather
especially-
you just weren't there.
especially a corporation where it's like you're just
Calling all
meeting-
managers.
You're
and then
meeting to death. Yeah.
somebody
it's like-
from department XYZ, and then like they start talking about the specific things, like this poor guy over here has zero to do with what they're talking about. Not saying that comes from experience, but love you, GRH. I love you to death. And I no, honestly, I like to be able to sit in on meetings and hear what's going on.
Yeah.
Because it's part of what I do. Because when I talk to donors and things like that, people want to know what's going on up at the hospital. And you guys ask questions. Hey, what's going on up at the hospital? Stuff like that. And I like to be able to answer that. And sometimes our ER manager she'll just start, and I'm like, that's great. My AP health class from 1997 is really helping me out with this. So
They had AP Health.
yeah, well, I call it AP Health. It was like health careers or something like that.
There
There's only like 10 kids in the class. But anyways, no, yeah. So, I mean, anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So what's going on in the foundation world? We showed the video to begin with. So yeah.
Video? What video?
Yeah, what video?
What
yeah.
video? There's nothing going on.
We're
with the
going to the
foundation. We're
fairgrounds.
going to the fairgrounds.
Yeah, you did that really well.
Yeah, props to your crew for bringing out my inner ham or character or
I'm
whatever.
not sure it was too far.
It
below
didn't
the
take a lot of
surface.
coaxing. No,
Yeah.
no drinks were involved in that. No. Yeah, we have a fundraising event coming up next Friday called From the Ground Up. And it's going to be a launching point of the biggest project in foundation history, as I so gracefully said in the video. We've got some cool things in the works, you know, and as some people know, we're digging into the hillside a little bit up there on the hill. So we got some cool stuff coming up that we're going to tell everybody all about, and the foundation's part in it, and what the future looks like for Grand Ronde Hospital. Super excited about it. You know, going to be a lot of fun things. We're going to have several different food vendors out there, so people can pick and choose what they want. They can buy additional meals. So if they go get barbecue and they're like, man, I need a street taco too, because I know Kyle's going to be that way.
Mhm.
You know, then you can just buy an additional thing and then go get that. Cornhole, ladder ball, axe throwing is going to be awesome. We've got an axe throwing vendor coming in. This isn't just Patrick like, hey, I bought some axes. Let's go throw some. No,
That would be cooler.
That would be fun.
insurance would have an issue with
Yeah.
that. But hey, the hospital, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you're in good
You're
hands.
generating yourself jobs.
Right. But no, professional axe throwing vendor. It's going to be all nice and safe. They got cages basically to keep the axes wrangled in, and they'll instruct everybody how to do it safe, stuff like that. It's going to be a blast. Casey Kunkel and Scott Newman are going to be dueling DJs. If you've ever been to like a dueling piano bar, that's kind of the whole idea we're going for. So like if you wanted to play Sweet Caroline, but Kyle wanted California Love, he could just pay to have your song interrupted and do that. And then if one of you requests Don't Stop Believin', I will very quickly have that interrupted. And then you can roast people, stuff like that. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And then Jonathan Burns, who's been on America's Got Talent, Penn and Teller's Fool Us a couple times, among other national TV shows. He's going to come up, and he is crazy, and he is hilarious. It's hard to describe exactly what he is, because some people are like, oh, is he a comedian? Yes. Is he a magician? Yes. Yeah. Is he these other things? Yes. But he's excited to come out to Eastern Oregon and just have some fun. So yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be a blast, and we love for people to come out and check it out. Go buy tickets, and if you're not able to go, say you're driving over the mountain to attend a certain alcoholic beverage festival to watch a certain country music artist, that's okay. I won't. We set our date before we even knew that was a thing, and say you can't be there. You can still participate and help out the foundation by going to the event page. Buying a golden ticket raffle ticket. There are 5 different dream vacations to choose from. There's Disney World, Ireland, a college football rivalry showdown where you can pick the rivalry game of your choice, and they'll take you there, get you prime tickets and everything else like that. There's a pro football or a pro sports ultimate. I'm trying to remember the exact description, but basically you pick your favorite pro sports team. They'll take you out there. Get you great tickets for that. So lots of different options as far as that goes. You can buy the golden ticket, get an option on that. There are limited number of golden tickets being sold. So at the worst case scenario, you'll have a 1 in 300 chance of winning that bad boy. And then we have a silent auction. Kyle, you got to bring up that silent auction, man. There's a lot of cool stuff out there. There's EOU volleyball and football autographed by this most recent teams. We've got jewelry, we've got vacations, we've got food, we've got kind of vacation and adventure getaway things, both locally and away. We've got a cool thing that a friend of mine that I recently ran into from high school that, hadn't seen him in, when did we graduate? 25 years.
I can't remember.
Just on a whim, just ran into them, and they make garlic and onion dips and spreads.
Oh my!
And they're fantastic. And I'm like, hey man, you want to put something together? He put together the coolest gift basket package thing I've seen in a long time, and it's all dragon themed because his company's name is
Horde
the
Basket.
Dragon's Horde Basket. His company's name is Dragon's Breath Dip and Spreads. Yeah, I'm plugging him. All right, deal with it. And so he put together an all dragon themed thing. And it's so cool, especially for nerds like me, or
Yeah.
excuse me, geeks like me, who are into kind of the dragon and Dungeons and Dragons kind of thing. So anyways, that's cool out there. So check those out. Those are ways that people can participate. You don't have to be present to win the golden ticket raffle. Anybody can bid on the auction from anywhere. And if they win, I'll make sure they get it one way or another. So a lot of cool things out there. Check those out. And, all kinds of price ranges. So, if you're like, okay, my budget's $50, there's something out there for you. So
Yeah.
I encourage people to check it out. And I've been talking a long time.
So
that's a legit this year's volleyball too. I'm looking at it right now, and I know the girls, and I know that's last year's football though.
Yeah, 2021 football.
2021, because I see Sage DeLong right there. He's an All-American that has graduated. He's actually who's the guy that we bring in here? Cliff Bentz.
yeah.
He's Cliff Bentz's handler. Like he's like one of the, he's probably a pretty good dude to have doing that.
Walking in like that,
exactly what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I remember that guy. I've seen him.
Yeah.
So, it's funny. Tanya doesn't buy lottery tickets ever. That's not her thing. But she came home from, this has been a couple of months ago. It's like, I spent $100 on this golden ticket raffle. Yeah. So whatever it is that you put out to the employees, you hit that mark.
I know my market well. Yeah.
Yeah. So so for people who might not understand, wait a minute, what does the foundation do? And I'm not quite. I mean, the hospital they found money somewhere to do these types of things. What's the
it's
point
called
of the
saving
foundation?
nickels and dimes over a long time.
Right. Yeah.
The hospital itself financially is doing very well. We've for many years, and this isn't just a recent thing. For many years, we've been very fiscally conservative and minding our time, knowing that at some point there will be a major project. I mean, we've had mid-sized projects along the way, a few expansions, expansion in the 80s, expansion in the 90s, expansion in the aughts. And the occasion has popped up that we need to do this project. Now, financially, the hospital's doing good. But one thing that, people don't realize is that in a business, in a case like this, to where if you can get community support, people willing to make what is essentially an investment in healthcare for the community, they can then help the hospital, the entity, then also do other things. So that way, not all the money is tied up in this one big project. We can also look at other things. And actually, we're doing that right now with the amount that the foundation is going to be able to help with. And what our goals are. The hospital can also work on some other things. And these are also projects that haven't been announced yet. So I'm not at liberty to say what those projects are, but we've got some other things in the works. And so we're, looking at different ways of making sure we're getting these things funded while also protecting basically our nest egg to make sure we can continue to operate as we have been. COVID for many hospitals hit them hard.
Right.
And even that 6-week pause where elective surgeries, had to be paused, it hit some hospitals really, really hard.
Yeah.
We, fortunately, we had the reserves in place to do that. We could still take care of our employees. We could still keep all the lights on and things operating as normal. So that's been really good. And our independence, we're not owned by another entity. We don't answer to somebody two time zones away.
Right. Yeah.
We have all local governance and things like that. So where we can make those decisions of like, we want to keep these things going. We want to, keep them going as they have been, take care of our employees. And that has shown, we've been able to come out. We're not out of COVID, but come through hopefully the worst of COVID and still be strong and in a position to be able to do what needs to be done for our community.
So, and I do a lot. I've done a lot. You and I, you're one of my clients.
Right.
We do a lot of work together. We're knee deep in this project right now. But to come up with it, and it took me a while to kind of get my head around. So what's the purpose of the foundation?
Yeah.
So maybe a metaphor is that like, if Tanya and I had saved money and we were going to build a house and we figured out what it is that we're going to need and and all of a sudden, one of the grandparents came in and said, you know what, we really want you to have a really nice HVAC system So, hey, here's an additional, here's an additional 20K for you to get, you
Right.
know, because I mean, if you're building a house, you're watching every dollar
Mhm.
to get as much value as you
And sometimes
can.
you have
Yeah.
surprise expenses,
Right.
you know, and you know, you want to be able to cover those and
Right.
and to get those taken care of, but also, you know, to be able to say like, I want that sub-zero refrigerator, you know,
Right.
or you know, this thing would serve our purposes really well. And
Right.
and you know, one thing that the foundation does is, you know, we'll pick every year. Usually, we'll pick projects. We have kind of rolling projects. Very rarely do we ever have an opportunity to say like, oh, we're building this thing over here, and you know, we want
Right.
the community to help support that. Usually, it's like, oh, we're putting in a new X-ray or, you know, a new mammogram machine or something like that, which are actual projects that we've done. And that's what the foundation takes part of. So that, like I said, that way that frees up resources to go elsewhere and do that. And in some cases, you know, offer the Mercedes version instead of the
Pinto hatchback.
Pinto hatchback. I don't want to name any particular car brand and not to offend any of our local dealers, but you know, think of the cheapest of cheap car, you know,
Right.
a Matchbox car. You know, we don't
Right.
want the Matchbox car. Not that the hospital would buy a Matchbox car,
Right.
but you know, we can get those few extra bells and whistles
Right.
that maybe, you know, add that extra 5 years of longevity to that piece of equipment, or a few extra features that might be nice in certain situations. You know, whatever the case may be, or help provide for extra warranty or something like that. Another thing that we do also is Dana and Buffalo Peak has been great on helping us with this, is funding the mammogram fund.
Mhm.
You know, for folks who have financial challenges to where maybe they're like, I wouldn't normally get my mammogram because either I don't have insurance and I don't qualify for OHP for some reason, or whatever the case may be. We're there to help be that backstop to where there should never ever be a financial reason why somebody wouldn't get a mammogram.
How much was it this year?
Oh,
Do you
shoot.
remember off the top of your head? Dana
It
probably
was
knows.
like, it was equivalent to like 11 mammograms, and they're about 450 a pop. So whatever the math is on that.
That's a lot of money.
Dana
Yeah.
texted in. You might know off
Yeah.
the top of your head.
I got a question about the silent auction. When does it open?
Friday.
Friday
Tomorrow-
morning?
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning, and it goes for a whole week.
Yep.
And do you take credit card?
Yeah.
Good, because I got BC's credit card and I want that.
Yeah.
Gonna put that in.
Write it off as a business expense.
Yeah.
Promo material.
No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna bid on those. For
Awesome.
Sure. I want
Yeah. Yeah. When you go to bid, it'll walk you through the registration process. It's super simple, super easy.
And you can buy meal tickets and golden tickets right now.
Right. Exactly.
They're both open.
Now, every admission ticket comes with a meal ticket and a drink ticket. But if you wanted more meal tickets, you can buy those.
Right.
And then, yeah, the golden ticket's open now. So
There's 266.
yeah, we've sold
of that.
36 or 37 or something.
Yeah. So get
Yeah,
on
plenty
there.
left to sell.
Awesome. Well,
Pretty
Patrick,
cool.
this is great.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me on. I'm sure your viewers are like, this guy again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've always got stuff going on, so I want people to know about it, and I appreciate everybody's support. And you know, if you want to know what's going on, come on out next Saturday, and we'd love to have you guys. And then continue to stay tuned, because I'll come on here and talk about whatever you'll let me talk about.
Yeah. Well, and it is going to be it's different.
Yeah.
The fairgrounds event is different than, it's in place of the gala
Yeah.
that you normally do, which is a really nice.
I'm shaking my head
Yeah.
right now, because I have a feeling that that we may be either now be doing two separate events.
That's interesting.
And I'm not saying I want to.
Right. Right.
But and I only say that because it's only me and my assistant Callie.
Right.
And if anybody's ever put on an event of this size, you know, I mean, it's 6 months of work,
Right.
and it's a lot of work. And not that I don't like doing it, but to do another one and then the
Right.
golf tournament on
Yeah.
top of everything
But
is a lot. But yeah, it's taking place at the gala. So normally we, you know, in the gala, we would get together in like March, get all dressed up, and, you know, like I said in the video, get all dressed up and kind of have a formal thing. And some people really like that. And I think, you know, I think there's a you know, a community that wants to see that come back.
Yeah.
Because there's not many opportunities anymore to really get
No, I was going to say
dressed to the nines.
there's like, I mean, there's wives out there is like, that was the one time I got my husband
Yeah.
to put on
anything
anything that was
besides jeans and,
Right,
and
yeah,
a polo or something.
yeah. So
So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get back to the normal gala this next year. But this event's turning out great. Our attendance is turning out really good. Outside's just fun and nice.
Yeah.
The only real downside I see is that I think, as everybody sees in this community, things during the summer get really condensed. Everybody's got to get in that 9-week period that we have summer. And so it gets really cramped. And, there's no less than 2 other area events that are going on next weekend that we're competing with, good and bad. And that's fine. And it's the nature of the beast, but if you want to kind of be on your own and solidarity, being willing to be inside in the wintertime is the time to do it. So stay tuned. We'll let you know.
Maybe this is the event where I can finally try out my experiment.
Yeah. I
haven't been able to try it out yet.
I will happly turn a blind eye. I won't say anything.
I have tickets for you. You don't need to experiment.
No, but I really want to try it out one of these times.
Yeah,
I was going to do it at the gala, but it got canceled.
Yeah, his experiment is that he could, puts on an orange vest and carries a ladder and walks into any event anywhere.
Guaranteed it'll work. I mean, especially, well, maybe not here because people, I'm not small,
everybody knows you.
Recognizable.
Yeah.
But like in a different town,
go to Boise.
Yeah. Easy, right?
You should try that. You should try that at the Pendleton Roundup.
I don't want to end up in the Pokey for like trespassing.
The thing around here is, though, the sheriff.
Yeah, that's true. You might be able to bail me out.
He'll just give you one of these things.
I don't even think you would do that. You should have seen the note that was on his car last night when I walked him out. I can't talk about it all. All right. Highly inappropriate.
All right. Well, thanks a bunch for being here.
Thank you. Mind if I plug the website?
Please. Do.
I got it right here.
grh.org/fromthegroundup. That'll take you to our announcement page. And then you click on the link saying check out the auction and buy tickets, and that'll take you right to the event page, and you can buy tickets.
There's all kinds of stuff on here that didn't even. I mean, there's a bunch of
tons of stuff. I mean, like 50 different items to look at, and
Tri-Cities
like
Dust Devil tickets, $50 gift card to Side A Brewing, the Montana and Clark Catch helmet, 4 tickets to the Boise Hawks.
Boise Hawks. That's actually a pretty cool pack. They got a lot of swag in there. They hooked us up. I was really excited about that.
Johnny threw the first pitch out of the Boise Hawk game.
That's cool. Yeah.
It wasn't pretty.
I think I saw 60-some feet. It'll get you. But the Hawks hooked us up, and if you guys want a good, fun baseball experience, the Hawks are doing good stuff down there. The Dust Devils are a lot of fun to go watch.
You got a rugby package too.
Yeah. Okay. So
I didn't even know there was a rugby team in
Seattle. For people who don't know me, I'm a bit of a rugby nerd. I played rugby in high school and a little bit in college and beyond, and I love the sport. And there's a professional rugby team up in Seattle. They are 2-time Major League Rugby champions, so that's North American Rugby. And then this year they lost the championship, so they were runners up this year. But they put on a great game day experience up there in Tukwila, which is just a smidge south of Seattle. They gave us a fantastic package, along with 4 tickets to a game for next year.
Swag bag,
huge
seat
swag
cushions, Rucky dolls, a clean canty, a flex fit hat, a scarf.
Mm-hmm. It's legit. It's a lot of fun.
Their logo's cool too. The Seattle
and their colors kind of match the Seahawks.
Yep.
It's really cool. I might have to buy that one. So yeah, I mean, a lot of cool stuff out there, and and stay tuned because we got other stuff coming up for our golf tournament too. Golf tournament's in September. We'll have an auction for that or something similar to it for that, and we'll have usually we have like Boise Steelhead tickets. Sometimes we'll have Tri-City American tickets. We get all kinds of stuff. So
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, Johnny's the voice of the
voice of the Steelhead.
Well.
Yeah. He's all high.
Maybe he can hook you up, but I doubt it. It's not that cool.
Right. It's not that cool.
All righty. Well, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, man.
Good seeing y'all.
All right, we're back. What a good interview that was.
I'm just checking my camera just to make sure, because like
Yeah,
the other day when we came back, it was
yeah, it was just on me. Oh, no,
no, it got. Remember,
that's right.
Scarfo kicked the cord.
That's
And
right.
I'm just like,
It's funny because I didn't even notice that you were frozen until it's like, I'm frozen, man.
yeah, like I'm not. There's something
Yeah.
right here. With the cord just got unplugged.
Yeah.
What a cool that silent auction's cool. And I am gonna try to win that football and that volleyball. I mean, I could easily just have them sign a football
Right.
or volleyball for me, but why not like support?
Yeah.
I don't know where I'll put. I have so much stuff over there, BC, that I need to
I know.
display. I don't know. Maybe I need to start taking some of it home because it's starting to accumulate.
Yeah. I was somebody.
my little junk corner.
I was showing somebody who was visiting us your cubicle the other day, or your area, and yeah, it was like, and I was telling them, like, yeah, this is the jerseys of these people, these are the graduation announcements, and these are, it's just, yeah, you've got a
Starting
great
to accumulate some stuff over there.
Yeah. Well, good stuff.
I like that. I'm a fan of the way they're doing it this year, like getting people outside, and I think it'll be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so too.
I think it'll be it's different. I mean, it's definitely different, but I like the fact that they're going to have different vendors there, and you can choose what kind of food you're going to have, and you don't have to dress up. I can show up in some shorts and a polo, and it's
No, I think it'll be a good event. It will be really different for anything that they have done, and so, yep, good stuff.
And we don't know, so they're not pre-announcing what their project is.
Well,
this year.
I mean, the project, is part of the project that everybody already knows about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know that there is a big reveal. It's just more of the details of that particular project.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Gotcha.
So yeah, no, I was a little. Anyhow, we don't have. So it's like, but yeah, it'll be. We're working on a video that will be produced, that will be presented at that event, that kind of really opens up to the public what it is that's going on and why it is, and so on and so forth. So
I just noticed, Dana, really? That's not nice. Need Gabe back. You're not so good at the weather. I mean, I thought I read it fairly well for a non-weather.
Yeah. Well,
so Dana, I'm making a little clip for Dana, part of the stuff for Buffalo Peak, and I'm gonna voice it for him.
Are you?
Well, maybe not now.
Yeah, he just ruined his opportunity.
Yeah, maybe not now. Maybe I'll go find some like interesting voice and be like, hey, I got a gift certificate for you. You come in here and record this. Do it in Spanish or something.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, Johnny and I, there was a commercial for benchwarmers in Spanish on the radio. People loved it. I mean, it was the most talked about commercial I've ever heard of on the radio. It was completely in Spanish.
It caught people's attention. Yeah.
And all they could understand was burger, French fries.
It was, I get, I'm sure other people do. I'll get marketing calls where it'll be in Spanish. I mean, it's a spam call of some kind, and so it's funny. I'll say, ¿Cómo estás? Hola, ¿cómo estás? Oh, muy bien. I mean, I only know like 3 or 4 sentences in Spanish, so I'll just say them over and over again until they hang up on me.
It's fun. But I love it. I love listening. So, like, one of my favorite things to do is to like go to like a place where Spanish is spoken, like a Mexican restaurant or wherever.
Yeah.
And people don't expect like a big old white dude to understand what they're talking about.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say I'm like fluent, but if people are talking, I know what they're talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'll say something, and I'll just like, what? Because like sometimes they'll speak in Spanish, the workers or whatever.
Right,
like,
yeah.
And then you just say something. Or I got a couple Spanish jokes that are pretty funny from working I worked in a restaurant I was the only white guy in the kitchen for 2 years.
Yeah.
So I learned quite a bit.
So
You know what I mean? Yeah, I learned a lot. And they always start with the bad stuff first. Yeah, that was good times.
Well, you
Let's
want to
get
get us
our
out here?
list. Yeah, on this day, what is the last day of June? June 30th, 1898. Winton Motor Carriage Company publishes the first known automobile ad ever. And the headline said, "Dispense with a horse." I don't know what that means.
What year was that?
1898.
Wow.
1908, a giant fireball, most likely caused by the airburst of a large meteoroid or comet, flattens 80 million trees in Russia. It's the largest impact event in recorded history. 80 million trees from a fireball.
Wow.
Could you imagine that? Like, if you were anywhere near that, like,
Yeah.
Not good, probably.
Wow. And what year again?
1908.
1908. Wow.
1938, Margaret Mitchell's novel Gone with the Wind is published. And so I picked that because my grandmother loved that movie, and I've seen it probably 100 times.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever
watched
seen
it with
Gone
my
with
grandma.
the Wind.
So I went and took care of my grandma when she was dying. And I had watched it as a kid with her plenty of times, but we watched it quite a bit, like just hanging out in the living room, talking, watching Gone with the Wind.
Wow.
Yep. 1953, the very first Chevrolet Corvette was manufactured. 1953. 1994, the U.S. Skating Federation did something. What'd they do in 1994?
94?
Yeah, Ice Skating Federation. What happened in 1994? This is your trivia question for the day. It was huge. It was all over the news.
94. And they did it?
Yeah, they did. The U.S. Ice Skating Federation did something pretty drastic in 1994 based on a certain person's actions.
I can't. Was it drugs or 94? But that was that Tanya Harding area?
Yeah. They banned her for life.
Oh.
They banned Tanya Harding for life because she hired that guy
right
to hit Nancy Kerrigan with the stick, and that was crazy.
It was crazy, and she was from Portland, wasn't it?
Yeah, she's in Oregon.
Yeah,
but that was like news for like
it was
months. I mean, like
you
basically put a hit on the only person that can beat you at the time.
Right, Nancy Kerrigan.
Nancy Kerrigan.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then finally, 2019, President Donald Trump becomes the first sitting U.S. president to set foot in North Korea in the Korean demilitarized. Let me retry that. In the Korean demilitarized zone, meeting Kim Jong-un.
Yeah.
So he's the first U.S. president to ever go to North Korea.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That was crazy.
Yeah, but Dennis Rodman is Kim Jong-un's homie.
Right.
They just hang out.
Right.
It's so weird.
It was. Yeah.
So weird. Dennis Rodman's life. Could you imagine like living that life? I don't know if you ever watched the documentary about the Bulls.
I started to.
Phil Jackson tells this story where he just ships Dennis Rodman to Vegas for the weekend because he knows he needs a break, right?
Right.
Well, they're worried that Rodman ain't going to come back. So Jordan goes down there to get him, and he's in a hotel room with Carmen Electra. This guy married himself on TV. And he's probably the greatest rebounder
right,
for his size. Just crazy. crazy, man. What a life.
I forgot what was the trivia, even though I don't know how did
Kim
we
Jong-un.
get. Oh, that's right.
How did we get Rodman to
right?
Homies.
Yeah. So, and I remember that I remember watching. I mean, they met at that line.
Yeah.
They met at the line, and and nobody knew for sure what they were going to do. And they get there, and Trump reaches out his hand, and they shake. And it seems like he even Trump walked into North Korea for a minute, and it seems like there's a zone. There's kind of a buffer. But anyhow,
that's exactly what that's exactly what there is. It's the demilitarized zone.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. The crazy thing is there's people that have the cojones enough to sneak cameras in there. There's documentaries on YouTube.
Yeah. About
of people going into North Korea. You're not allowed to do that.
No.
And there's a few of them on YouTube that are quite interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So the number one, I went back to song because the movies were all the same. So 1972, number one song on this day is Blue, Neil Diamond. That sound right? Yeah, Blue. Neil
Song sung blue.
Yep.
Da, ba, da, da, dee,
Quote of the day. Georgia Dare. Everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of fear. One more time. Everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of fear. That's it.
Good stuff.
On a Thursday, last day of June, 2022.
Yep.
We're moving into July, my birthday month. We may as well celebrate every day this month.
What year is it? What day?
Not until the 27th.
27th.
I'm a Leo. Yeah.
All righty. Well, thank you, Eastern Oregon.
See you on Tuesday.
Yep. Right here.